A Golden Guide. 129 Birds in Full Color. A Guide to the Most Familiar American Birds by Herbert S. Zim and Ira N. Gabrielson. Illustrated by James Gordon Irving. Golden Press, New York. Western Publishing Company, Incorporated. Racine, Wisconsin. Copyright 1949. How to use this book. This is a field guide made to fit your pocket when you go looking for birds. Check each range map to see if the bird occurs in your region. Concentrate on these birds. Generally, areas where birds live in summer are shown in red on the maps. Winter areas are in blue. Purple shows areas where the bird is a permanent resident. Migrating birds pass over parts of the white areas in spring and fall. The birds illustrated are among the most common and the ones you have the best chance of seeing. No rare birds or birds of limited range are included. In almost every part of this country, you can see many of the birds pictured and described in this book, plus other common local birds you will soon learn to know. Seeing birds. You have been seeing birds as far back as you can remember, and you will continue seeing them wherever you may be. It's a real pleasure to see them. You can see more birds and more kinds of birds by learning how to look. This book will help you. It is not written for the expert, but for people who want to see birds just for the joy of it. Begin by giving your attention to the birds in your own vicinity. These are the birds to learn first. Don't try to memorize the details of size, shape, or color of head, wing, or tail. Learn to know the whole bird as one total picture, since one glance at a moving bird may be all you'll get. When you can recognize a flicker or an ovenbird, then concentrate on the markings that make it stand out: color, habits, the way it moves, its special kind of flight, and most important, its song and calls. Each of these will help you to know the bird you see. Practice is essential. Go looking for birds as often as you can. As to time of day, early mornings are best. By the time the sun is well up, bird activity slows down and does not resume till late afternoon. Marsh birds are most active near dawn or in the evening, but ducks, waterfowl, and hawks may be seen all day. Make bird watching a weekend habit the year round. Try getting out early on spring mornings when the birds are migrating north. Follow and observe them as they nest in the summer. Watch them as they form flocks and start south in the fall. You learn something from every bird you see. Equipment. The only essential equipment for seeing birds is a pair of eyes. Duh. Good ears are Good ears are a help too, but there are ways of increasing your enjoyment, none of which involves much expense. Your own records, if kept systematically, are an important part of your equipment. A pocket notebook to record detailed information is worth carrying. Old clothing, waterproof shoes, and a bottle of mosquito repellent are part of an experienced bird watcher's equipment. Field glasses, or binoculars, are the most important and most expensive item of equipment. There's no denying their value in bringing treetop birds down to you. Like a good camera, a good pair of glasses is a precision tool and should be selected with care. Where to look. Birds are everywhere, but to see the most birds, try looking in the best places. In moist woodlands, or perhaps at the edge of a wooded swamp. Young, scrubby woods are likely to have more birds than mature forests. Wood margins are generally good, especially during migration, but no single place is best. Saltwater marshes and shores will yield birds that one will never find in pine woods. Other species prefer open fields or western deserts. A wooded park in the midst of a city is one of the very best places to look for birds during migrations. If you explore your own region, you will discover certain spots are favored. Perhaps a small glen with a brook, a wooded point on a lake, a marsh, or cottonwoods along a river. How to look. Dashing through the woods will get you nothing but shortness of breath. Experienced watchers will often sit quietly in a likely spot and let the birds come to them. Keen-eyed birds are easily frightened by movement. Don't make yourself conspicuous against the open sky. Move slowly, and the less time spent on the move, the better. Try to cover several distinct areas. If possible, a woodland, marsh, field, riverbank, shore, or whatever your locality affords. Eventually, you will work out a route which will give you the greatest returns in birds seen for the time spent. Experience in your own region will be your best help. Make bird watching a year-round activity, for each season has its own special surprises and delights to offer the careful observer. Why look? When a person is really interested, there's nothing like the thrill of seeing a beautiful bird, identifying a species you have never seen before, and watching your records grow. All of our extensive knowledge about birds has come from bird watching. We have learned something of the importance of birds in the world of wildlife and know how they help control the many insects that plague us. Your own garden may not be much better off, but by and large, birds help hold insects in check. Attracting birds by feeding. Birds were here long before people fed them, and they will continue to feed and care for themselves. Feeding means more than scattering scraps of bread around. Find out the best way to build feeding stations. Set them near shrubbery to give birds shelter. Place lumps of suet in wire containers for creepers, chickadees, nuthatches, and woodpeckers. Small grain, sunflower seeds, hemp, millet, and canary seed will attract seed eaters. At a window station, you can watch birds feed. Attracting birds by watering. Birds need drinking and bathing water just as much as they need food. A watering place will attract more birds during warm months when wild food is available. Birds like moving, shallow water. A trickle of water running into a 1-inch pan with gravel on the bottom is excellent. Nothing elaborate is needed. An old bucket with a drip hole hung over an old baking pan will do as well as any elaborate cement pool. Attracting birds with cover and shelter. Birds need cover for protection against wind, cold, and enemies. The best kind of cover for birds is shrubs and vines that provide food as well as a place to hide. Plants that look attractive to us are not necessarily attractive to birds. Native plants that retain their fruit in winter are best. Nesting boxes are seldom satisfactory unless they are built with a specific bird in mind. A box for a wren must be very different from one for a flicker. Build a box that can be easily cleaned and used year after year. Don't place boxes too close. 3 or 4 nesting boxes to an acre are usually enough. Most birds set up their own territory and will keep other birds out. Life histories. So much is still unknown about the way birds live that any careful observer can gather new information of scientific value. The ability to make immediate detailed records of what you see is essential, and you must continue watching and recording till the story is complete. We have so much more to learn about songs, flight patterns, courtship, nesting, feeding habits, care and training of young, behavior of males and females, etc., that there is work for all bird watchers who care to join in.